Hello, viewers. My name is Paul Abdul. For anybody who have ever seen any of my videos, I'm here to talk about something that I created and using just ordinary braiding hair, just like this. This is from Afrism. This is the pack that I used. Afrism 3X pre-stretched silky braid. 72 inches, 100% Afrail can neck alone. Okay. Because I like to be truthful. This particular pack comes with 1, 2, 3 packs of hair, or bundles of hair. They're like this. Okay. With that, I created my own tape-in extensions. These are 2 bundles. And as you can see, I've already added the tape and the hair. This is 1 bundle. Just like this. This is the second bundle. Two. I got 2 bundles of tape-in extensions I made myself with synthetic hair with the pre-stretched hair. Now, as you can notice, I took one of them out and I made this weft where it's very thin. The tape is very, very thin. It's a very extremely thin strip and it has hair on it. Then I also took and made it even smaller. You see, it's smaller in size. Half of that size. Smaller in size. Tape strip there. And the reason why I did that is because when I'm watching a lot of these videos, you see so many people get the tape-in extension, but they use the full tape-in extension and it's too thick and it's too much. If you have extremely thin hair, or extremely short hair like mine, and you may need a little lace frontal in the front here and there, but then you want to get a tape-in string in the back. If you have very thin hair, how is it going to be able to hold on to your hair when your hair is just very barely there? Okay. And it's only less than 1 inch or 2 inches long. So what I did was I created a very thin, extremely thin, very small tape-in extension. You see that? That can be able to hold on to hair that's very thin and that's very short. Okay, just in case an individual decide, well, maybe they want to try taping extensions for themselves, but their hair is much too short to be able to cover all the tracks, and they might have to have a lace front or have some up front or something to brush over their tape and extensions once they're done to be able to cover that, which is, a possibility. You could change different situations where you can just get a frontal and then you can do the tape extension in the back or whatever it is, just like some people can get a lace front or whatever, and then they'll do a still glue in or stitch in or whatever, as far as sewing in the back as far as weave. But what if you decided that you want to have tape ins? Okay, so I created that video And really, actually, it's very easy because all you need, and I'm going to show you, is to take your average tape strip that's really actually super, super thick like this. It's really going to be that full width. And that is the tape. But if you could take that tape that's that thick and then cut it in half, okay, then you can make a thinner strip. From that, taking that itself and cutting it in half, you can make a shorter strip, okay, to add the tape in extensions on. Like so. Because you see that part where it's the half, cut it. Now we have two. Okay, and that is making the strip smaller. Now take that in half and then cut it again. Now you have an even smaller, thinner strip. Okay, this is how this strip, okay, has this one, the thinner one. That's this one. Okay. And this one has the thinner strip. That's this one. Now, quickly, what I want to do is, when I come back to the next video, because it's going to be a part 2, take each one and show you how quickly that it can be made. I'm going to use this strip. And also one of these strips. I'm going to take some of that free hair and just show you how you can do it. Okay. Take, for example, you have this. This is step 1. Remove that. Step 2. Matter of fact, let's do it on camera right now. Let's remove that. Step 3. Cut. See the middle? Cut it. Step 4. Take a very, very, very small amount of hair out that bundle. Like so. You see this? Now, it's not going to be easy to do on camera, but I'm going to do it because I'm doing it for demonstration purposes. You see this big strip right here? This one right here? I want you to spread that hair out as much as possible. Now, once you take this, spread that hair out as much as possible, it's really supposed to be laying down, but I'm going to do it like this. Take the hair onto the strip like this. And I want you to press that hair onto the strip. Press it. You got that done. Okay. Then take a flat iron and for 10 seconds hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And release it. Now, your tape strip is successfully hooked to the hair. Let me turn it around. The hair is on that tape strip. And if you want to hold it a little bit more for another 2 or 3 seconds, 1, 2, you can if you choose to. Now, that tape strip is successfully, that piece of hair has been successfully made into a tape-on extension. And that's talking about homemade. Just like this. Now we got that one done. Remember that bundle of hair we had? Now, take an even smaller piece. This is for that smaller strip of hair. Not keratin, not keratin. This is not keratin tip. This is just a smaller strip. We have a smaller strip of hair here. Smaller strip. Now, peel your tape. Peel the blue part off. Get the back. I'm doing it on camera so you can see how easy it is. Now stick it, that small, thin piece of hair. Stick it to that braiding hair. Now watch this. You see this little extra part that's the hair is kind of sticking up? That's okay. Because when you hold it down, it's going to melt down a little bit. Now, count 10 seconds fast, and then let go. This is a flat iron. You see it's 2 places between it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. And that hair has successfully melted on to, you see it? It's melted on to the tape. So if you need a smaller piece, okay, in order to be able to do thinner areas where people's hair might not be as long, this is a ideal, okay, because a lot of people hair is so thin, okay, and it's so short. It's like they may want to be like, well, hell, I would like to have a tape and extension done too. Okay, but my hair is too short to be actually really to be able to achieve that look. And plus, not only that, you can do this for human hair also. But they like, yeah, well, how am I going to cover, the tape in once it's in? Okay, let's do that one more time. Okay, use a charm. You get your hair already separated. I did it. Take a cluster of hair. This is a super thin strip. Peel the white off. Now keep the blue. Now, once you got that bundle of hair the way you want to, it don't have to be perfectly at the tip. Okay, it don't have to be perfectly there all the way to the top. Just push it together. Hold it together. Really, it's easier to do when you make a whole lot of them at one time. But I'm doing this for demonstration purposes of how to do it and do it quick and fast to show how easy it really is. Because a lot of times people like, well, I'd rather just spend money to go ahead on and order something because I can never do that. I can't do this. I can't do that. But stop thinking you can't. If you got a flat iron, look at this. You can do this with human hair too now. Hold that strip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let it go. Release. You're thoroughly got that tape. The hair is stuck to the back. You seen it with your own eyes. I'm not making this up. Okay, that's how it was made. You're going to do a little bit more. That hair has melted down onto that tape on. Believe it or not, it's there. Okay, now that was successfully, hopefully, translated and brought through. But remember, I did yesterday, as I showed before, but I'm about to end this video. Of this whole bundle. And this right here is a whole bundle. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to count on average how many tape-in extensions I got out of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about 14 of them, okay, is on this one. Okay. Okay. So, you're expecting to get about 14, maybe each bundle, 14 or more, something like that. Okay. And then on this one is not as many. Okay. But still, 1, I never even thought about counting them before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, because I made some small ones. I cut some in half, the smaller ones. I'm counting them too. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Along with the bigger ones and the smaller ones that I cut in half. Okay, about 20 of them right there. And all I did was, in order to get more hair to turn into the tape-in extension, I cut them in half. Okay, in half. I took the ponytail of the braided bundle and I cut them in half. Okay, very good. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I like to bring new innovative things to people who may be working on the budget and they may want to know how to be able to do this. Okay, and for the end of this video, what we're going to do is we're going to take the scissor and then on the ends, in order to clean that up a bit, on the ends here, you just kind of like take and cut some of that hair off the tape a little bit, and then you can kind of like even it up a little bit, and it can look a little bit better. So if you have a little hair that's hanging off the ends of the tape like that, just kind of cut it off like this. It might crunch a little bit or whatever. Either way it go, it makes it a little bit more neater, just a little bit. Okay. And so they think, "Ooh, what's we gonna do with this kind of straight hair that's right here?" Just kind of clip that off. Just get your nice scissor and you kind of crunch it. It's gonna be crunchy a little bit, but it's all good. Very good. There you go. And we did a few tape-in extensions here on my channel just to show you how easy it is. And just in case you may need to make that smaller, a weft, custom-made weft for a client's hair, or maybe yours, in the area where you want to get the hair where it's real thin, or you want to, it's because the street, because you want to get it's smaller. You need a smaller area to grab, whatever that is. Try out making that custom smaller weft. Okay, that can be done, and it's easy to achieve. Okay, in case you might have to get those areas where it's real thin and you really, really, really need to have discreetness in that area, because you might have a little bit more hair at the top than I had, but there might be some areas where it's real. You need to get a hold to, a very a tiny area, like much tinier, and you need to cover just a little spot here and there. That's what the smaller one's for. Before you brush and kind of press your hair over there, or whatever you're gonna do. I came up with this idea, considering that I have extremely short hair. I'm not ashamed of that. Okay. For any person who might have been suffering from alopecia or traction alopecia or whatever, and they might not have extremely long hair, and they have very little hair, you can see, and they natural, and you might want to press or whatever a little bit to your hair. You might want to do a little bit of flat iron or to do a little something. Okay, to kind of straighten the area that you want to get a hold to, because sometimes flat irons can get the hair and you can straighten it a little bit in some areas. Some people use them flat iron, they want to straighten, they want to press their hair, and they want to pull it a little bit to see if they can get a hold to some of them areas where they want to make it longer, and they want to pull the hair with the flat iron so they can straighten it a little bit, before they put I'm not trying to professionally flat iron my hair, but so they can put their and so they can put it, get a little bit more hair going there, so they can add the extension. You feel me? So they can stretch it. That makes sense? Wherever they need to do it, okay? And I don't do, like heat training to my hair that much, but just I hope I gave that an example, because like I said, my hair is very, very short, But if you feel like that you want to do a little something, in certain area, because you want to pull your hair and you want to kind of stretch it a little bit with the flat iron before you try to, and you natural like me, kind of pull that hair and stretch it out before you add in whatever you're gonna do. Then it can be a little bit longer, because some people are just a little bit longer than mine. That you could be able to stretch it so you can grab a hold on to the hair so you can get the tape in there, whatever you want to do. So I hope that is helpful to you. This is this is the K-Skin flat iron, and it's hot. Okay, and that's what I use to make these clip-in stitches that we made on camera right here. Well, not clip-ins, but tape-ins. And I wish you the wonderful and the best day. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I hope this has helped somebody in the world to get an idea and insight of if you were working with a client whose hair was very short, and maybe they might need a lace front or something in the front, but maybe in the back they want to get some tape ins or whatever it is, that it could possibly be hope for them to have their hair have extensions in it also too. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Just want to share an idea. Maybe some manufacturer might think about it and pick it up and do it, or someone who create extensions may want to say, yeah, well, maybe we can cut them down, the strips down, and make the strips more smaller, and more compact for people who may like to have, tape ends that they hear might be much shorter. Just an idea. Have a great day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. This is Paula Abdul. Hello, and hello, viewers. I'm proud to say that I've finally finished finishing up that last bundle of sets, and I also made some longer rolls also, and then the ones I showed that were smaller, and so smaller ones and everything. So yes, what I did was to make a longer roll, I just used the whole thing. The whole exact thing. The whole one. The whole strip. That's one. I made two. That's the second one. That's the third one. And that's the fourth one. And these are for for people who want to cover larger patches of hair or longer in areas and fill it out in a little bit more. It could be at the top. It could be wherever they're trying to do it. Okay. But these are maybe in the back, around the nape or whatever. They want it thicker, or maybe they want to try to get it fuller, so in the front, or whatever they're trying to do. These are the longer strips, or maybe the sides over here. People want to get a side over here, like that, because they're trying to fill out and then make it thicker. They want to make it thicker on the sides like that. Those are the longer ones. I made 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them. 2 in this hand. 2 in these. That's why I got that bundle, because I made it bigger. Made 4 bigger ones. And let's see what we did with the smaller ones. For the medium length, the mid-length ones, I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 3 of them here in this hand, and there's 2 of them in this hand. I got 5 smaller medium length pieces out of that. And then for the smaller ones that I made, that's even smaller to cover smaller spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So, and you see, I use a lot of the tape strips. That's how you know I made it myself. They inside of this little box, little drawer right here. They in there. I peeled them and made them. Okay, very good. So, yeah, so that's it. So, as I said before, with each pack, I added 3 packs. 3. And I freeze them. This is the Silky Braid, 72 inches, 100% Afrail connector line, perfect for a knotted style, pre-stretched, pre-layered, pre-feathered, and pre-cut, pre-stretched, pre-layered. This is a freezer. This is, it says it's ultra soft and silky. Is what I'm reading. It says ultra soft and silky, quick, ready, and easy install. Layer ends for natural feather look, easy for locking, save time with perfect styling, full of volume with elasticity, tangling, snapping free, gentle for less stress on the fingers, free of a loss of combing and hackling, and durability with easy care. Lightweight, flame retardant, tangle free, hot water set. If you person wanted to use that. And this is from Frail. Is a softer, safer, silkier, easier, more elastic, and natural monoacrylic fiber connector-lawn. Pre-stretched silky braid, 72%, 72 inch or whatever it is, 1% connector-lawn, but I cut them in half. So, you know. But in general, cutting them in half, I got, that's one bundle of tape ends, two bundles of tape ends. And now, with all of these that I have in my hand, that's three bundles of tape. There it is. I got that many out of them, but I had to cut some of the packs in half. Remember, I cut the hair in half. Yeah, but there it is. So yeah, this is not I'm not making this video for glamour purposes. I want them to see my hair is short. Okay, it's very short. You can see that my hair is short. Okay, and I'm not ashamed to show people my natural hair. I know some celebrities might be ashamed and they lie about the hair when they got weaves and stitching their hair, weave, whatever. But we don't already dealt with that. Okay. You feel me? Y'all done seen plenty of my videos. Y'all know Paul Dude don't be lying about that. Okay? Now, not this Paul Dude. Okay? There's a lot of them who do. Okay? They don't want nobody to know that they wearing extensions or woo. I ain't got no problem with that. And I'm trying to bring out new innovative looks, wigs, styles, or weaves, or whatever, in case you got some ideas. So, yeah. So, out of this, I got 4 long ones, 5 medium length ones, and then I think about 4 of those small ones. Okay. In the end, I made the longer strips like this. Remember I showed you I made the longer ones. These are the longer ones. That's the whole full strip. Okay. The whole thing. That's not, just not used. That's the whole thing. Completely all the way, fully, all the way through. If it's long, they're going to be like, well, why did she just use the whole strip? But depending on some people's hair, they have shorter areas and they may need in certain areas it's sparser, they don't have as much hair there. So that's for the areas where it's thick where they can get it, the whole complete strip in there. But some can't get the whole complete strip in there. Okay. So that's for them. Okay. For the ones who can do it, that's fine. For the ones whose hair is even thinner or it's just sparse in certain areas, they might need that strip to be cut in half even more because it's that thin and wherever you try to get it. Okay. They just got super fine thin or super thin, real short hair. Okay. But yet they insist on they want this style done. Okay. But anyway, that was just giving some ideas, okay, for people who have shorter hair that maybe with human hair or synthetic hair, whichever you want to do, you can make your own tape and extensions. I mean, of course, everybody already know that. I'm just reiterating and just bringing that back so that they can be able to see that that's possible for them to do. Okay. And then if they need areas where they need coverage more discreet and it's in some areas where, they might have to use thinner strips, think about that the thicker strips that might be even double-sided, but that's double the width, may not cover certain areas where they want. So that's where it was cut in half. That our full strip was cut in half, and then we made a thinner strip. Okay, like so, like these. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and have a great day. And if you're thinking about doing that like I did, that you got an idea, and I showed you on camera how to do it, and then get the flat iron like this, and then kind of put it on the tape, and it melt on, and the hair melt on to the tape in. Okay. All right. So don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. I had a wonderful time demonstrating what can be done when imagination is used. And I think I'll drop one of one of my stitches. My bad. Oh, here go another one. Okay, very good. I didn't know that. I didn't realize I was holding them, and I didn't realize I dropped one. But yeah. So yeah, that's what can be done, and for people who working on the budget also, have a blessed day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. This is Paula Abdul. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Now I have the tape in stitches taped, or I use a clip, and I taped them around a flexi rod, a extremely long flexi rod. Add one bundle at one end and one bundle at the other end. Okay, and what I'm trying to do is to get them to curl. Okay, so since you can't use a lot of heat and stuff like that on this type of hair, okay, what I chose to do is to get the flexi rod and use the steamer, like this, to steam the hair while I have it wrapped around that flexi rod. To avoid using curling irons and electric curling irons and metal on it that will melt the hair, I put the hair on the end of each flexi rod. It's a real long one. And to get some type of curl or wave in it, I'm using the statement. As I've said before in many videos, if you have it working with synthetic hair, sometimes it would be wise to use steam to curl and to roll and to get the a shape into the hair that you want to have. That way you won't use rollers. Now, as you can see, if when you decide to when you take and you decide to release that curl, let's take and release it now. This is what Connect-A-Lawn hair can do. You see that corkscrew? That's the tape ends. And I didn't want to use any curling rod or flat iron to try to create the curl. So I just put it in and steamed it in to the extension. That's bundle one. Now let's go to the other end and let's release this one. Now we're going to unwrap it, unwrap it, unwrap it, unwrap it, unwrap it, and keep unwrapping it and around and around and around till we completely release it all the way. Ta-da! And all I used was one of these to create this wave in it like this. So bundle 1 is completed and curled. And so is bundle 2. That's how you can take the hair from straight, like it was, like this. And then get the bundle and roll it if you decide to before you put the extension in the weave somebody's hair, and it might have a little bit of wave in it. But that way you'll keep from burning it and destroying it, because it's not actually human hair. And then if one is too long, the other too long like this, you just kind of clip it, and there you go. And all you need is to create that curler wave. For that big curler wave, I use one of these. And put some hair at this end, and put some more hair at this end, and then I use my clips to kind of hold them in place at the tips. At the end, had to hold the tape and stitching in at the end, using a clip and stitch, like a clip like that. And ta-da! That with the stain created this. See that spiral? See that wave? Look at that. Perfect. Beautiful. See that? Perfect. Beautiful. With the corkscrew in there. Yeah. So that's how you can do that. And you choose to do that. And I hope that this helps someone. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. And I know I haven't did a tutorial in a long time.